Hi friends, welcome to Aishu's DIY. Today we will design a necklace using this beautiful charms that we got in the GGC treasure bag, Winter Wonders. And these two we can use for earrings, and this one we can design a necklace with it. So this is a cord that I got from store, I mean from an online shop. I don't remember where exactly. And also we received this teardrop beads in the box as well, so I'm going to use that strand of beads for this particular project. You can use a lot of beads in this. You can use different beads, but I choose to use only this. It's pretty easy to design a single monotonous color project rather than multiple projects. And I already brought in color with this cord, which is like a brown, like reddish brown kind of a color, so I figured it fits, so I'm just going to use that. We already have the silver, green and this color, so I don't want any other color to be used. So this cord is about, say, I would say 0.4 millimeter thickness, I would say, or less than that. So I'm just going to measure so I'm just using my mat as a guide. 2 feet, 4 feet. I'm gonna take 6 feet. That is for one side, and I'm gonna cut a little bit more, like 1/4 feet more or so. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my knotty doodle. I would like to use the bigger one, the bigger knotty doodle, which is the necklace one, but since it will be cumbersome and it won't fit in the the frame, I choose to use this. So here we go, the 3 cords, right? So I would take this thing, so 4 feet and a little bit more. This is the little bit more, so I opened up the 4 feet cord, and then I add this pendant into this. There is one long cord and one short cord, so I wanted to add it, the long cord inside and then the short cord. So basically you will have 3 cords at the end when you finish this this kind of a knot right here that we are gonna make. Okay, so here we go. 2 feet is here, 1 feet is here, the extra is here. If you can understand this, I hope you can. So I'm just going to connect this here with my knotty doodle. Okay, and then we need some pegs. Okay, this is what it is. Let me just zoom out a bit. So I have the peg here, I have all the cords here. We do need this needle, so the short cord that we have here, I'm gonna keep that, bring that short cord up here, keep this needle like that, take the short cord, go wrap around a couple of times, and then add this end of the cord through this loop in this needle, just like that, and bring the needle out. You will have the cord as well. Now you take this, I know this is a hot mess, but don't worry about it. You just move all of these down, So when you pull these, one of the cord, then you can pull this entire thing down and then just straighten that up. See that? There is one cord that you can pull. So you just straighten it up and pull it all the way down. So this is what you will have when you take it out, and it's easier to do that. Tighten that up and then you can burn this cord off. Now you have 3 cords in it. Okay, take this end of the cord and cut it. We don't need a loop, we need all 3 strands individual. And you can hide this knot by actually putting a bead on top. In my case, I'm gonna put a silver bead. A transparent bead will do. I will try and get all these cords on top of the bead if it is possible. I don't think so I can accommodate 4 of the cords. So I pulled out a flower bead from my stash and I added it here, and I added all the 4 strands on top, and I'm gonna tie an overhand knot right here with all 4 strands, one being the shortest, which we are gonna trim. So take everything out. Just an overhand knot. For some reason something is getting stuck there. There we go. I take all 4 cords, push everything down, make sure I have the knot nice and tight, and pull everything individually. Once it's done, just trim off this excess cord actually, and then you can burn it. Don't use the lighter, it's way too strong for this cord. This cord is thin, so use a thread sap to actually sap this. Oh, nice, it frays. So that's a nice interesting thing. I need to change the battery in my thread sap so it works nicely. So that's it. Now we will start our pattern. So I want to put this in one of the cord right here. This knot right here, I'm gonna just clamp it, and one of the cords, like pick one cord, just take this and see which one is the center. Yeah, this one right here appears to be the center. So take this, clamp it, take the center cord, add your beads. So this is a teardrop bead, so whichever direction you want to cut your certain angle, so it's easy for you to thread in. It's not that difficult. So I'm going to thread in at least 10 or to 15 beads and then come back. So I finished stringing the beads. 15 beads I strung, so this is what it is. And first I will just push all the beads down, and then what I will do is I'll just take this and make a braid. So let's see. So drop one bead, okay, when it comes to the middle, then again this one and this one, and so let me just rearrange it. First you do a couple of braids without any beads, okay, and now drop the bead towards the left. I feel comfortable having the beads in the left. I bring that down, okay, and then after the bead I bring the left in, and then the right in, as if I have that bead, covered. And then 2 or 3, doesn't matter how many you want to braid, bring that down in the middle, and then this, and followed by that. Just make sure it's nice and covered, and then do the braids accordingly. It is simple braiding. Then drop it down. Then visibly I want 3 knots. Drop the bead down, bring it in the middle, then followed by this, so finish until you have a considerable length, or you finish off your beads and then come back. So I finished one side of this necklace. As you guys can see this, I added one side of the toggle clasp, and then I did some little bit of macrame, and this is what it is. One side is done. Let's do the other side. So I have here 6 feet of cord. I'm folded it into threes. So excuse me. So here it is. Okay, sep means make it into 3, and one cord need to be a little 6-inch more than the other. See this is how it is. Okay, let me just say this from the first. Take the cord, okay, and this is the cord. I fold it into half, leave about say 6 to 8 inches, okay, and then start the other cord. Okay, in this, from this point, fold this 1/3. What do you mean by is, instead of folding it into half, I am folding it into 1/3. Okay, so here it is. One cord is extra long, right? Now fold that also over. Now we have 4 cords to knot. Okay, now take this and separate these cords. Add this. Through the loop. Now keep it inside this, secure this. Okay, and take the needle, okay, keep it like this across, hold this, take the cord which is short, just right here, okay, take that, come back around, say here, and then wrap this once, twice, thrice. Now take this, put this through the needle hole and pull it, it'll come out. Okay, this is the knot. I know it's wobbly right now, but when you pull this knot together, it'll be fine. Okay, you pull the knot all the way down. Pull it all the way. And tighten it up. You can take it out and tighten it. Once you have that knot tight, okay, there we go. And then you can add, you can cut this loop now, and you can add the spacer bead. In my case, I'm taking this flower spacer, but you can use anything you want which is in your stash. So I added 3 of the cords. The last cord, what I did was I bring this down here. I take a bead stringing wire, 7 strand, fold it into half. This is my temporary needle. I put that needle through this loop, okay, and then add the small cord through the loop in the beading needle and just pull that across. Now you have all 4 cords inside that flower bead right here, and then take and make an overhand knot with all 4 cords. Okay, make sure the knot lands right next to the bead and pull all the cords individually. Okay, then you can snip this off. You can melt it, you can put some glue on the knot. I mean, the thread sap is good, but this, I don't know, kind of, I'm going to put some GS Hypo Cement glue there. So now we have the other one secured. You can have this, suspend this here. Take a cord, I mean, do a couple of, braids, plain braids. Keep this as a sample. See this, couple of braids. Okay, now I'm ready to add the bead. So I'm gonna hold these 2 strands. I'll suspend it and hold it with a peg. Okay, take this strand, and I feel that if you melt the edge, then it's easy to put the beads in. Now add 15 beads. That's what I did for the other side, and I'll come back and show you guys how we can start the braiding with the beads. It is the regular braids that we do. So I have added the 15 beads and tied a knot, which is an overhand knot, very loosely at the end right here. Okay, so that's that. Now I will take this off from the peg. Add the bead, in the middle, and then continue my braids. After I secure that, 1, 2, 3, and when I do 4, I drop a bead down. Okay, and then I just do this loosely. 1, I secure that. Okay, now it's secured. Again, just make sure you have the other side as an example. So you need to push this up ahead. And now this bead comes into play. So there we go. Again, I braid. So now that is secured. Then 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one I bring the bead down. hold it in the middle, and do my right, left, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I push the bead. So that's how I will do, and then I'll continue doing it, and I'll show you guys how I finish them. Once I'm done with this, so I added some chains, like about say 15 chains or so, plain without any beads, and I have this much left. What I do now here is take the other end of the toggle clasp, the bar part of the toggle clasp, right, and then add all 3 cords through that loop in the bar part of the toggle. Okay, bring it back upon itself like that. So now keeping this side as a guide, so I have only a little bit, so that's okay. So now I keep this, here we go, yeah, I bring this down here, I take this off and add this toggle, okay, just like this, put a peg down, okay, and these 3 cords, figure out a center cord, and then add that cord along with this braided part and hold it like this, and we have 2 cords coming on either side. One I have secured it with this cord. So now I'm just going to do either P or Q, one of the square knot, one part of the square knot. Okay, so I'm just going to do only Q, two, until I have about say half an inch or so worth of knots. So when it comes like this, just change it like this. We are securing all cords together. That's what we are doing. If you are not aware of the basic square knots, and this is a spiral knot, and if you're not, go ahead and watch my basic macrame knots tutorial, which I will leave down the description box below. You can watch those and then come back and do this. This is pretty simple, and once you learn it, you don't even have to have the naughty do it all or anything. You can just tape this to your table and do it, or use a clipboard. It's a very versatile thing. Or there is a foam board called macrame board that you can use. There is multiple things. There is tying station that you can use. So many things to use. So just going to make some knots until I reach my desired length. So this is about say okay, and now what I do is I just cut these cords by leaving a little bit of a tail right there. All 3 cords, I just cut it, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna melt it and put a bunch of glue in here. Beadle on bead stringing glue is fine. Just put a generous amount on these knots, front and back, and do the same here as well. And then burn that end. You can use any glue you want. I am using beadle on bead stringing glue, but the same is a hypo cement that you can use. And I will melt this down a bit, but it just turns dark, so I will let this dry and then probably cut it off close as possible when I'm done. So this is the necklace that we have. I feel that it has come out pretty well. I really like the way this turned out to be. I hope you guys like this tutorial too. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I will come back with the project matching earrings for this necklace. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.